Well, we went short track Saturday night racing, and let me tell you, it was decent. It was decent. Let's talk about this. What's going on, guys? Cool Twinner here, back with another video. Today we are talking about the Richmond race that happened on Saturday. Now, in my predictions video, I said that it would be happening Sunday. What do I know? It was happening Saturday. Didn't really talk too much about the race either, honestly. It's whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. So we opened the green flag with Kevin Harvick. Starting first, right beside him is Kurt Busch. They would go until lap 40. We would have a competition caution, and that would allow them to come down and get some tires and fuel and make any adjustments that were needed. Then we had a beautiful restart. Restarts were kind of crazy in this race, to be honest with you. And I believe Kyle Busch would go ahead and take the lead, and he would ultimately win Stage 1. Kyle Busch, Stage 1 winner. So Stage 1 was pretty uneventful, but Stage 2 comes up, and during pit cycles, after Stage 1 of course, Kyle Busch would be hit with a speeding penalty that would not allow him to get up in the top 10 for quite a while. He would actually finish around 6th, I think, but we'll see that later. So it would be Joey Logano controlling the restart, and he would ultimately lead for a while, I believe. Believe it was Logano. But during the race, Kyle Larson tries to cut in front of Daniel Hemrick, times it terribly, and that would ultimately give him a tire rub. He would go into the pits, try and pull out the benders, get the tires changed, but the crew members did not pull it out enough. Kyle Larson, a little bit later in the run, I'd say about 5 to 10 laps, the new tire would slat down, and he would ultimately smack the wall, and he would take it into the trailer and be done for the day. So Kyle Larson wrecked. Not good at all. Which is also why I am not wearing a Kyle Larson hat, because right now it has not been good to be a Larson fan. I'm not quitting on Kyle Larson or nothing like that, but right now it is just not the time to be a supporter of Kyle Larson, because this kid has had so much bad luck, and some of it's his fault. Some of it's just not good timing, but it's just not been good. But anyways, that would select a restart. And I'm thinking, is that when Kyle Busch got the penalty? Okay, I messed this up, I'm sorry. Kyle Busch would then get the penalty for speeding. Then he would go back to the back of the pack, and Joey Logano then would take the lead, ultimately winning Stage 2. I'm sorry, I messed that up. I wasn't paying too much attention to the race at the beginning. I was more kind of focused on family time and spending time with my parents, who were actually in the garage and in the kitchen. So I wasn't watching too much, but just enough to get those important feeds. Obviously, I messed up, and that is my apology, but I am only human, so yeah. Anyways, Stage 2 winner was Joey Logano. I just said that. That sets up for Stage 3. Once again, Joey Logano would lead them to the green flag along with Martin Truex Jr. And they would kind of battle each other for a while. Martin Truex Jr. would actually lead a lot of the laps after, I think, passing Joey Logano. And then Michael McDowell would cut a tire, and he would slap his 34 car into the wall and ultimately be done for the day. He would be hooked onto a flatbed or a tow truck and be taken out. So yeah, those were your only 2 wrecks that I could think of, and that happened in the race, and that's for sure. That would set up for a restart again. Martin Truex Jr. sending it into the corner and taking the lead. Now I'm going to fast forward here because Martin Truex Jr. would just kind of dominate, I think. And then with about, say, 40 laps to go, Martin Truex Jr. starts to get tight. Actually, I'm thinking, no, Keselowski had led some laps. He would actually pass Truex. He would lead a few laps. Then he would have a brake kind of an issue where the tires would start to heat up more, and that would build tire pressure, which made Keselowski tight. He would fall back into the field, which led Martin Truex Jr. to take back the lead. Then they would have some green flag stops. Bowyer was actually hunting down Martin Truex Jr., but Martin Truex Jr. after the pit stop would gap Bowyer again. He would dominate, and then with 40 laps to go, Martin Truex Jr. starts to get tight. And right behind him, again, was Clint Bowyer. He would start to run him down. He would get there. Some lap traffic kind of got involved with Bowyer not being able to pass Truex right away. Truex would start to kind of move to the high side, kind of blocking. It was a beautiful two-car battle. And then with about 25 laps to go, I'd like to say, Joey Logano starts to get in the mix. He was almost 3 seconds back. He starts getting into the mix with those two getting side by side sometimes. And it would be a 3-car battle. Then all of a sudden, 5 laps to go. Here comes Kevin Harvick. Clint Bowyer just got passed by Joey Logano. Joey Logano's hunting down Martin Truex Jr. Kevin Harvick's there. He's been a 4th to 10th after losing the lead. So it'd be a great 4-car battle for the lead. Kevin Harvick wasn't too much of a factor. He did try to get past Bowyer, I think, a few times. But it would ultimately be Truex and Logano to battle it out, with Martin Truex Jr. taking the win. Yes, Martin Truex Jr. gets his first victory since Texas, I believe, in November, I think. Is that right? Or that's not right. That is not right. But anyways, he gets his first win in 25 races, and his first short track win. Can you believe it? He is now 1 for 31 in short track starts. So congratulations, MTJ. I was really pulling for him. I was hoping either him or Bowyer would win, and then Logano passed Bowyer, and I'm like, oh, come on, Truex, you gotta win this. So, I said it, one of the Penske or Gibbs guys were going to win. Just happens that my prediction was wrong, because I went with a Penske driver who was a little factor, led some laps, but ultimately fell back. So yeah, Martin Truex Jr. wins, and I am quite happy for him, because I've liked Martin Truex Jr. for a while. He's not one of my huge favorites, but I do like him, and I am very glad that he won the race. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at your top 10. That will be posted right there. And yeah, let's go ahead and look at that. So, like I mentioned before, Martin Truex Jr. would be first, so I'm not going to cover that too much. Same thing with Logano. He would finish second, won stage 2, had a pretty decent car. Clint Bowyer finishes third. Like I said, he was hunting down Martin Truex Jr., but got passed by Joey Logano on the high side. Bowyer had a pretty strong car late in the race, so good finish for him. Kevin Harvick, the pole sitter, came fourth. Really wasn't too much of a factor in the race. Denny Hamlin would finish fifth. He was actually, I think, outside the top 10 for a lot of the day, so good day for him. Austin Dillon in sixth. He had an incredible day. He was in top 10 contention all day long. Had a super strong AAA car, so good day for him. I think it was a AAA car. I don't know. It was his red car. I don't care. Then you have Brad Keselowski in seventh. My pick to win. He did lead some laps, but ultimately the brakes heated up the tires a little too much, and that would get him tight, and Martin Truex Jr. would ultimately repass him. Kyle Busch in eighth, again, had that speeding penalty and did not do what he did last week, did not recover and win the race, thank goodness. But I guess a 8th place finish was pretty good. So, yeah, But Busch is already locked in the playoffs, so I don't care. Ryan Newman in ninth. He only wasn't too much of a factor. I think he stayed in the top 10 for most of the race. I didn't really pay too much attention to Ryan Newman, though. But Ryan Newman has really impressed me this year. He's taken that 6 car and given it consistent top 10s. That's really good for that team, and they're really needing that right now. And finally, you have Paul Menard in 10th. Paul Menard has his second top 10, I believe, in Richmond in his career, I believe. So another good day for the Wood brothers and that team. That's really good for them. They really need that as well. And then, yeah, that's about it. Daniel Hamrick he had a pretty strong car, finished 19th. I just wanted to bring him up because he had consistent top 10s and just couldn't get it there. Along with Chris Buescher, another 22nd place finish, I believe. Has a strong car, but just could not get there. I think he pitted a little too early or something. So, but yeah, there's your top 10. And that's gonna be it, guys. I thought the Richmond race was pretty decent. The racing itself was alright. You had a few wrecks. You had some strategy. You had some battles, but Richmond is just not my favorite place. I know it's a short track, and I love short tracks, but Richmond is just not that exciting to me. I've never really enjoyed Richmond. I like that it's at the night. It's at night, but I just think Richmond's a little dull. I know Dale Jr.'s had a few moments here with Kyle, and some stuff happens here, but that it just didn't come down until 40 laps left with the 4-car, what turned into a 2-car battle eventually went into a 4-car battle for the lead. I thought that was pretty cool, actually, for the win. And I thought that was really cool to watch. I was really entertained by that. But other than that, the Richmond race was okay. So I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's pretty decent. I'm gonna start ranking these races out of 10. I just feel like give you kind of a broad idea of what I think of the race. But anyways, guys, that is it. That is your Richmond race reactions / analysis. I thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments, what did you think of the race? And yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you guys on Monday. Or, this is Monday. What am I saying? I'll see you guys Wednesday. I have a kind of a different diecast video coming for you guys. So, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys there. Have a good rest of your Monday. Peace out. Whoa.